Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers, all the boys want a picture. Two foreign cars, I make rich look richer. Save your breath, baby, I'm not going home with ya. Mini skirt on, take my body
Hello. You're now tuned in to the A Little Bit A Lot podcast. I'm your host, Kristen. Welcome back to another great episode. So excited and so happy that you decided to listen in because this week we've got a good one. Let's catch up. How have you guys been? It's been a doozy. It's been a great week. I am just so excited and gagged that last week's episode did so well. If you haven't tuned into that, tune in. It was all about celebrating the 20-year anniversary of the Cheetah Girls. That was my first video on YouTube specifically to hit 100 views. So that had me super gagged. And the support was like unreal. You know what I'm saying? Like the girlies, I knew that the girlies that would get it. So that was super exciting. Clearly you could tell from the episode that I literally love the Cheetah Girls. So I was living for that. And also another notice, they're cutting the grass again. Yay. I almost wish that it would be winter now so I don't have to deal with this anymore. Like, why do they cut the grass every day? Love it. So if you hear anything, you already know what's going on. Oh, and since we're at the top of the episode, since I already got you guys here, come on in and make sure that if you're watching on YouTube, you hit that like, you give me a comment to let me know how you're feeling about the episode, and you subscribe. Okay, first goal for 100 subscribers. I can see it in the horizons now. And if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you go ahead and follow me on Spotify and rate the podcast 5 stars to show your support for the show. And if you're listening to me on Apple Podcasts, thank you. I appreciate it. Make sure you go ahead and review 5 stars and leave me that review to let me know how you feel. So now that we got the technicalities out of the way, as you can see from the title, we are here to talk about Renaissance, the mother Renaissance. Oh my God. Like that has literally given me like the boost, the energy boost that I need to start off my freaking week, dude. Getting the news that we are getting a Renaissance movie, it's like we kind of already knew, like the girlies kind of already had a feeling that we were going to be getting a movie. I mean, we've seen Beyonce on this tour, you know, filming and stuff, and oh my God, like the visuals that we get from every stop when she changes that location on Instagram and she posts those different videos and pictures from each stop, the slow motions, like, oh my God, get into it. Yeah, I love it so much. Like, you already know mother's gonna eat down when it comes to the looks. I've been living for the looks with that. So the content that she's been giving us on Instagram, that's one thing I'm gonna really miss when it comes to the Renaissance being over, because as of today, I think we officially did the last stop. I think the last stop was in Kansas. I might be wrong, but I think it was. So I'm really gonna miss that, but I'm not gonna be too sad because we also have the movie to look forward to. If you haven't checked out the trailer, make sure you go check out the trailer. The movie looks like it's going to be so good. And like, I was low-key kind of hoping that we were going to get like a Netflix moment like we did with Homecoming, because I wanted to watch it, like, you know, of course in the comfort of my own home. But if I have to be around people, you know, like that's not going to be horrible. So I'm willing to do what I got to do for the queen. So I'm super excited for that. Like the fact that I can eat me some garlic parmesan pretzels and a cherry icy while taking in Mother and seeing the Renaissance tour again is like gaggy, you know? So I'm like super excited. I am just so pumped, and I'm just really hoping that like with this like movie that we get more of a documentary style, because like with Homecoming, as much as they ate down, it's like we live for it, we love it. I also feel like we could have had more documentary moments, but it's like, I know how the queen is. She doesn't really want y'all in her business like that. She doesn't want, you know, the haters to just have anything up on her. And I get that, you know what I'm saying? Mother stays quiet, Mother minds her business, and she does what she needs to do and then goes to the next stop. And it's like, I understand, but it's like, I am obsessed with like, you know, the human that Beyonce is. Like, she just seems like such a sweet person. she's so down to earth and she's so funny. You know what I mean? Like, I always find myself watching like old Destiny's Child clips and just being gagged at how hilarious she is. And I wish that media hadn't like taken that away from us. And now she's kind of just quite literally everybody on mute, like goes mute, doesn't address anything. So it's like, ugh, like how much of her personal story and her opinions and insight are we really going to get with this documentary? Or is it really just going to be most of the show? You know what I mean? And I was also kind of gagged at the fact that like we saw Rumi, you know what I mean? But I like that she's like, you know, keeping the kids, letting the kids be the kids. You know, we don't need the children to be all up in our face. And I think at this point, like Blue's out and about because Blue wants to, and she's given her that choice. But until the kids are old enough to be like, I want to be on the spotlight or whatever, if, you know, the twins want to follow in Blue's steps and kind of be involved, and it looks like she's giving them that choice too. So, you know, that eats. But either way, even if it's not giving like documentary style or anything like that, and it's like truly just like all concert or mostly concert, you know, I'm still gonna be happy with whatever the frick we get. And I'm just wondering, like, if Beyonce, when she was like that at that one stop saying like, you are the visuals, like, is that what she meant with the movie? But it's like, Miss Carter, Miss Carter, I understand you want to be petty moves, and you over here like the mother moves when, you know, the queen wants to move. You summon the queen, and she's just being so petty with these visuals, and I honestly feel like they're done. There's no way that she hasn't shot at least something, but I feel like the perfectionist in her is just like, up, hate it, scrap it, and won't give it to us. I don't know. But let me turn this around. Sorry guys if you hear the microphone moving. But yeah, like I just wish she would give us something. And I understand we got visuals like within the concert, you know what I mean? We got to see her kind of voguing down, eating the girls up. I love that, you know, but like it's just like at this point you're just giving us crumbs with the visuals. Please get us out of this freaking like chokehold that you have us in and just release something. I mean, she's like, you're getting the movie, it's not what you want, but I don't know, it just feels kind of messed up to complain, because it's like, you know, I understand like she's put so much effort into the tour, but of course, you know, we're spoiled little bees and we want it all. You know what I mean? We want everything that we can get. So Beyonce, please, like, give us a music video to something. It could just be like the most chill visual ever. You don't have to put a lot of effort into it if you don't want to. You know what I mean? Nicki Minaj, she did the We Go Up music video, and it was just her trying on clothes in the street with the gang. It doesn't have to be this whole production thing if you don't want to, but I'm sure that Beyonce's like, who do you think I am? I have to give you production. I have to show the girls how to be the girl. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to be the leader. So I get it. I don't know. But yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was just super duper gagged. Super excited for that. So yeah, I can't wait until we all get a chance to watch the movie. Of course, when that time comes, I'll be updating you guys with my thoughts about the film. So looking forward to that. And also this week, we've been super duper gagged with the Doja Cat album. Oh my God. Scarlet is here, guys. Scarlet is here. And Miss Doja Cat has something to say, okay? She's in her bag where she's got something to prove. And I don't know, I just been like trying to gather my thoughts of like what I even think about it, and it's just kind of like all over the place with my feelings on the album, because I am like, before this era, I live down for Doja Cat, as Zach Campbell says, Dorisha Kitty, you know. And it's like, especially once Planet Her came, I'm just like, she's got it, she's taking it, you know what I mean? Like, I pretty much loved every single song on that album. Like the versatility that she showed, where she can be like, I don't do drugs with Ariana Grande, but then turn around and be like, why, you go, why, with Gunna. Ate that down because I love Gunna. Say what you want. Free slime, I guess. I don't really know about the, the gang politics and all this stuff that's going on. But Gunna ate that. You know what I mean? Like, of course, Doja Cat's gonna get Gunna and Ariana Grande on the same album. It's giving versatility for me. Like, it ate. And then I just feel like all of the performances during Planet Her era were just so iconic. And I think that's what I live for. Like, the most about Doja Cat is like her artistry and her stage presence. Like the way that she can eat the girls down with a performance. And like there was an era where she specifically was like, I want to improve when it comes to my performances. And like you could tell that there was immediate shift with like, okay, now it's up. Like now I'm ready to chew y'all up and like really do what I got to do when it comes to this performing bag. And it's like, I can respect that. I can appreciate that. And it's like, as I always said, a person who's like low key was supposed to be a theater kid. I live for the drama. I live for the theatrics. I live for the performances. And she was giving us that. So that's like mainly what I, respect Doja Cat for, is the fact that she has the versatility as an artist with the singing, with who she can work with and collaborate with, and the fact that she gives us those performances down. So, with Scarlet era coming, I'm just like, I don't really know how I feel. She's kind of in her bag with trying to be like, oh, this is going to be different. This is going to be different. So it's like, let's see. And I was excited, but then we got into the moment where it was like, okay, let's address the elephant in the room. We all know that she's been kind of going crazy on Twitter and all of this like drama with the fans. And it's like, look, I'm not trying to get canceled, but at the end of the day, like I do want to kind of share my opinions. So it's like, for the Doja Cat fans, like, please don't come for me, because it's like, I'm a Doja Cat fan down. Like, I was ready to go see her when she was supposed to open up for Justin Bieber. Does anybody remember that? We were supposed to get the Changes tour, and then he changed the venue. And then next thing you know, the tour ended up becoming the Justice tour, whatever the frack. And I'm like, okay, this is a completely different tour. And then next thing you know, Doja Cat ended up having to have like something, I think, was it surgery? And then she dropped out of that. And in the end, Justin Bieber ended up doing like a completely different tour. So I just like asked for a refund on my tickets, because I'm just like, I'm over it. I love you, Justin. But I was here for the Changes album, not the one that came after it. So it's like, eh. And plus Doja Cat's not going to be there. I'm going to need my money back stat. So yeah. And dang, what was I even saying before that? I don't know. But either way, let's get into the gags and talk about my favorite songs on the album. So far, I like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 songs on the album. Of course, my number one song is Demons. Are you kidding me? The beat on that song goes crazy. Like, even if you're not living for, a lot of people are saying that the lyrics are basic. I get it. The lyrics, can be considered a little basic, but it's just vibes. It's just ragers. Like, how my demons look. Like, you know what I mean? I love like a good energy song. And it's like, we are enemies. We are foes. Who are you? What are those? Have you guys seen Bob the Drag Queen's like video when he's like, what are those? Oh my God. So funny. 8 Down. Love Demons. And then of course we've got the next song, Wet Vagina. Why would Doja Cat name this song that? Like, the song names are just so funny. That one's like, pretty good. And then we've got Gun. Yeah, I like that song. Go Off, Shut Yo, Agora Hills, Can't Wait, and WIM Freestyle. Can't wait to get next to you. I really can't wait. At first, when I listened to it the first time, I didn't really like it, but Can't Wait did really grow on me. But of course, we got the 4 minute and 26 second song, Agora Hills. That's got to be my favorite song on the entire album, though. Like, next to Demons, Agora Hills eats. Like, I love that. I love that song so much. So yeah, like a big chunk of the album I did like, and I feel like the rest of them were kind of just like super like rap beats, which it's like I don't know, it's hard for me to say because it's like I like rap when it comes to like people like Fabio Foreign. I've already said I'm a fan, Ghana. But then when it comes to kind of like the rap beats that he's choosing, where it kind of goes into like real rap beats where it's like lyricist, like Nas type of energy, that I'm like, that's when I kind of check out. You know what I mean? And I feel like the beats were just a little bit boring. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. With the rest of the beats, other than the songs that I just named, everything else is just kind of like, I just find myself like disassociating a little bit. And I'm like, when is this going to end? You know? And it's like, that's the whole point of artistry. Like, it's for everybody to interpret it in their own way. So that's just how I took it. Like I said, I do like a big chunk of the album, but the rest of them kind of just made me be like, snooze a little bit, you know? But I think that's the whole point of her making like versatile albums where it's like there's something for everybody. And I'm always the type of fan to like admit that I don't like everything, and that's how I am for like every artist, you know what I mean? Like there's gonna be some albums, especially like when it comes to K-pop or something, like with my faves there, where it's like, ooh, wasn't really feeling this one, you know what I mean? But that's okay, because it's like that's the point of artistry. Like you get to pick and choose which ones are for you. If you feel like you're the target demographic for that, let the artist explore, do what they want, and then you just choose what works for you. And there's no need to like crap on the ones that aren't, because it's just not meant for you. It's meant for somebody else. You know, if how they took it. So it's like, I never get too pressed if there's like certain projects or songs I don't really like, because it's like it's just not for me. So the rest of them I'm just kind of like, when it's like she's kind of just in her bag where she's like, this is gonna be different, I'm gonna really show you guys that I can really rap. And I think my problem with all of this is that it's like, girl, we know you can rap. I understand all the critics were like trying to be like, Doja Cat's not a rapper, but I feel like that was noise. Like it's just all noise, and I wish that she would have like ignored that and not let it get to heart. But at the same time, if I was a celebrity, I know it would be like literally so hard for me to ignore those type of things. So it's like we can say all day, just ignore the haters, but it's like it's easier said than done until you're in the position. So it's like at the same time, I'm always gonna play devil's advocate when it comes to people in the music industry, because at the end of the day, at its core, like they are human and they are entitled to their feelings. And I know everybody's like, well, you signed up for this, but it's like, even with my regular 9 to 5, there's still moments that I freaking don't love. So it's like, why do you expect, if that's their profession that they chose, that they're supposed to just love every aspect of it? So it's like, I kind of get it when it comes to that. But it's like, I really feel like she kind of took that to heart. It was just like, no, I'm going to show you guys that I can really rap. But then I feel like affected the integrity of the album, because I just feel like if you go from Planet Her to this, where there's like so many songs where I feel like it's kind of just dragging on, and we're not really getting like, I just feel like with a normal Doja Cat song, like a Planet Her, it's just hooked with like, it's like, I'm sorry, packed with like punchline after punchline. Like she just doesn't let up, right? Like her foot is on your freaking neck the whole time, and you're like, God, Doja, let me breathe. But on this album, it's kind of like, oh yeah, like I can breathe, like it's laid back. And I feel like it's because she wasn't really working, it wasn't as much collaboration on this as like the last one, because she felt like she had more to prove. But it's like, you don't need to. And I feel like the whole point of like art is collaboration. You know what I mean? Like, you got artists like Beyonce who like don't care. We all know that Beyonce can write. We all know that Beyonce can sing. But there's nothing wrong with collaborating with other artists to make the best art possible. And I feel like that kind of like negatively impacted Doja, where it's like we get into this whole situation where people always want to be like, oh, you don't write your stuff. And then artists feel like they always have something to prove when it comes to that. But it's like, I'm so over the narrative. Like, there's nothing wrong with artists. They always want to be like, there's 24 people written on this track, and then make them feel bad about it. Who cares? The song is freaking good. So if it took 24 people to make it good, then that's just what it is. You know what I mean? And I feel like Doja was trying to run away from that and like stray away from that when it came to this, and the album has no features, and then that's where it makes it feel lacking, because I like when artists do collaborations. Like, everybody loves a good collab. The music industry, I feel like, works better when people team together. We love a good team up. So it's like the fact that those features were missing was like really sad for me on this album, because it's like, I'm personally a fan who loves when my fave works with other people, specifically other people that are my faves. Like I said, last album, living for Ariana Grande. You know what I mean? Like, yes, like, work with Ari, work with these people. Do what you got to do to make the music great, because I feel like when you have all those heads in, you know, into one pot to make the song like a commercial success, like, that does good. And I feel like it doesn't take away from your artistry. If anything, it shows that you're a good artist because you can work well with other people. So I don't know. And it's like, last album we had like Woman. She worked with Jadetta, the classic, man. That song eats down. I was just listening to Woman yesterday, and it's like, I could be a lady, I just feel like we didn't really get that type of Doja, you know, with those type of bars on this album. And it's like, I don't know. It was just, I just really wish we would have had more collaboration. I wish we would have switched it up with different, you know, producers. I understand we got London on the track. But I don't know. He's good too, but sometimes he can be kind of mid. Let's all be real. London on the track does his best work when he was working with Summer Walker. Sorry. Don't come for me. Don't freaking come for me, please. But I don't know. It was just like really upsetting me, because then it's just like we get to the point where she's got this tweet. And I'm like, oh God, it made me just kind of like really nervous about the era, because she's tweeting and saying, quote, Planet Her and Hot Pink were cash grabs and y'all fell for it. Now I can go disappear somewhere and touch grass with my loved ones on an island while y'all wait for mediocre pop. And then like once we get into that category, it is getting kind of hard to like say you want to separate the artist from the artistry when the artist is quite literally referencing the art themselves. And then it gets kind of tricky where it's like, Doja, why would you say this? Why would you say that? And it's like, okay, let's say, to play devil's advocate, to a certain extent, the way that I interpreted the way that she's been acting with the fans with tweets like this, I feel like is almost like a moment I think where I saw Charlie Puth talk about how he hears his songs on the radio and he's just like, oh, I wish I could scrap that, or oh, there's just so many things I could change. Because if you know Charlie Puth, like, he's a very technical type of like artist. He's very, very hands-on with like every little aspect of his music. So it's like, I get it. And I feel like anytime you're creative, when you make something, you know, you could be like, oh, this is great. And then the next second be like, no, I actually freaking hate this. I absolutely hate this. This is actually hot garbage. Throw it away. And I understand that. So I feel like maybe that's how Doja Cat was like actually feeling. Where she's just like, I don't know. I'm like low-key now kind of beefing with my older projects. And now that I look back at it, I'm not super happy with it, even if I may have been happy with it in the moment, because I'm going in a new direction and I'm in a new era and I feel like it's mediocre pop. And it's like, I can understand that. There's nothing wrong with like a creative kind of taking back how they feel about their work. because you're your own worst critic, and they're gonna kind of overanalyze these things, especially when like these are things that you have to perform all the time over and over again. You're just like, oh, I could have done this better, this actually sucks, I don't like this. But then to like make the fans feel bad about it, that's where it's kind of like, okay, now it's getting a little bit tricky in it, like, why make us feel bad because you don't like it anymore? Now we're weeping for mediocre pop because you don't like Hot Pink or Planet Her anymore. That's when it gets kind of shady boots. Like, what do we have to do with this? This seems kind of like a you problem. Like, if you don't like it, then just tell us that. But don't make us feel bad for not liking it. Nothing about Planet Her I feel like was mediocre pop. If anything, it was like kind of, some songs were almost going into trap soul. No Bryson Tiller. I don't know. So it's just really frustrating overall. And I think it kind of like swayed me from wanting to go to the tour, because I'm just like, ooh, like, why is she acting like this? Like, what's going on? But like I said, to a certain extent, I get it. I know it's not easy being in that position. I know the things that she's probably had to deal with her label and the industry as a whole has like not been fun, and it sucks. And I think that's like super obvious that like she's actually giving cry for help, right? Somebody get my girl a therapist, and then we've kind of got this like drama going on with her boyfriend, and then her getting mad at the fans for expressing their opinions on that. And then saying that the fans are stupid for calling themselves kittens, even though she quite literally herself called them kittens one time when she did that collaboration with Nicki. Say So remix. That's kind of giving hypocritical. But I feel like at the end of the day, it's like, we know why she's doing it. Because it's like, she's unhappy. I feel like with the music industry, she's unhappy with a lot of the fans that like talk to her a little bit crazy, which I understand. And she may be unhappy with the direction that her career was going in, and she wants to change it up. But to flip that on the fans is kind of crazy. So it's like, it made me feel kind of, funny about it. But then it's like, now that we've got the work and we've got the body of work with the album, I'm just like, ooh, like a majority of it does eat for me. And at the end of the day, like I said at the beginning of the episode, I live for the artistry. I live for the performance. And the way that she ate down that VMAs performance, it just makes me be like, dang, like, what if I'm going to miss out? Like, she's an artist that people love to hate because of her personal, situation. But when it comes to those performances, like, that's what I'm looking forward to seeing, though, at the same time. So it's like, I've already admitted this, guys. I always happen to stand problematic people. But at the end of the day, I have to be real. Half of your faves are also probably problematic. If you think they aren't, they are. So I'm just going to be here for the ride. I'm just going to be here to be entertained. And I know it's like, not the best outlook on life, but it's like, your girl already be depressed as it is. You may as well like enjoy that concert. You may as well enjoy that music and just take it for what it is. So it's like, I low-key still want to go. And then on top of that, I think the big plus for me is the fact that Ice Spice is opening up for Doja. And then on top of that, Doechii, so persuasive. Ooh, what is it? Like, what? We're gonna get Doechii and Ice Spice? How could I lose if I'm already chose? Like, if she feeling hot, then I make it frozen. I get up every time that I post. Dang. If the party's not there, then why would I go? Why would I go? Yeah, I'm trying to see that. Yes, I'm trying to see that. But then I'm also like trying to like save for Nicki, because Nicki's on, live and like Instagram talking about that she's going to be touring at the top of 2024. So now I feel like I need to be prepared for that because I've never been able to see Nicki. And I've been rocking with her since literally before Pink Friday. Mixtape era. Not a lot of barbs can say that they've been around for that long. Yes, I'm old. Yes, she's 27. She's seen some things. I was there when Nicki first started popping off on MySpace. So I'm looking forward to that. And I think before I buy my Doja Cat tickets, I'm going to let the tour start. See what's popping tin with that, right? See how it goes. And then I might fall through still. I know it's a little bit problematic. But I love to be entertained. And at the end of the day, I live for the drama. So I don't know. So overall, yeah, the album was like, I did like a big chunk of the album. I do wish we had features and I do wish we had more collaboration because I live for artists when they work with other people. It makes the music better. But we'll just have to see how the tour goes. You know, I don't know how a lot of the people are going to feel. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm excited for Ice Spice. I'm excited to see how she does. So yeah. Anyways, just wanted to share, my quick thoughts, let you guys know like how I was feeling about the album and how excited I am for the Renaissance movie. That's going to be freaking lit. And now we're moving on to the segment that we all love. Favorite thing of the week. Favorite thing of the week. Favorite thing of the week. This week's favorite thing is, Where She Goes by Bad Bunny. I don't know if the song's old or not. I didn't even bother looking at the year that it was released or when it was released, but my boyfriend had happened to like go to one of the Vivo channels and it was playing and I was like, oh, this is a bop. I've never been a Bad Bunny fan when it comes to his music, which is like, I don't know, like I've been trying to get into more like Latin music. Is that the proper term for it? Latin? I'm not sure. Don't cancel me. Because I also like K-pop and it's like, I love that genre and that's a language I don't even speak. And it's the same thing for Spanish. Like I don't speak that language either. So I wish I liked it more, but there's always just that disconnect. I don't know why. So it's like, I'm trying to get into it, but that Bad Bunny song is like an undeniable banger, if you will. So I really, really like that song. And I really like the beat. I didn't even look up to see what the English subs were. Like, what is he even saying on the song? I don't know. So if it's something problematic, again, don't cancel me. I'm just here for the vibes, guys. I'm here to vibe. But yeah, and I also really like Bad Bunny because I've expressed before, I am a big WWE fan. And my boy was taking over the WWE for 2023. Okay. I'm not sure if anybody watches WWE, anybody in my audience, but he had like a big situation going on with the WWE at Backlash this year, one of the pay-per-views. And my boy can actually wrestle. Like, I feel like he's actually good. Is he as good as Logan Paul? No. And me and my boyfriend were talking about this too, where it's like, ooh, like as much as we love to hate Logan Paul and in general, like he's really not that great of a person. Once again, I'm not going to take away from the fact that he's a naturally gifted athlete. Okay. Yes, he's problematic. I'm not a personal fan of his, but when it comes to his wrestling, and I speak on that, the technicalities of his wrestling, he's actually good. And I hate it. I hate that Logan Paul is such a good wrestler. Like when I say he wrestles down, he wrestles down. And he's given us some moments like that match that he had versus Ricochet, iconic. They ate that actually. I love that little rivalry. It was a cute little moment. But yeah, Logan Paul's freaking annoying and I hate that he's actually good at wrestling. And Bad Bunny's decent at it too. I don't know what it is about the WWE that like wants the Spanish speaking community and it is so bad. You know what I mean? They've like done this like resurgence of LWO. And then it's like they'll speak Spanish, but then they don't even give us any subs. Like when Damian Priest is like talking and I'm like, I want to know what he's saying. Give the girl something. Let us know. Like, if we're gonna be in this gang and we're gonna have like an entire freaking Spanish speaking faction, can we know what they're saying so like I can be on it too? Like I want to live for that, with Rey Mysterio being the champ at his age. He's a Hall of Famer and he's holding the belt right now. That's crazy. That's iconic. I always wonder if they're gonna give Bad Bunny a belt. Has Bad Bunny already had a belt? I don't know. I'm like 2 years into this wrestling thing. You know what I mean? And me and my boyfriend are watching from like 1997 and up. And I think we're in like 2001 now. So it's like, yeah, I'm making my way backwards. Like I'm watching the present, but then I'm also watching the past and then making my way up to the present. So I don't know. But yeah, I really do like Bad Bunny as a wrestler. And he's really cute. Say what you want. I think he's really cute. Him dating Kendall, questionable. Don't know where that came from, but hey, he likes it. I love it. Whatever. But yeah, so that's it for today. Just kind of wanted to do a quick little check-in with the Beehive so we can all be excited for this gag that's gonna come in December, and also with the kittens. Doja, I know you hate it, but I'ma say it. Check in with the kittens. Let me know in the comments if you guys are feeling the same way that I feel about the album. I don't know. We'll just have to see how the tour goes. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna live for it though. Like, why would Doja Cat let us down when it comes to the performing? You know what I mean? Coachella that she did, great. She hasn't let us down with the performance yet. Will she wear that half wig during the tour as she did in that one music video? Interesting. So we'll just have to stay tuned in. But yeah, so if you like this video, like I said at the beginning of the episode, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube and on Spotify. Make sure you follow, rate me 5 stars. And of course, if you're an Apple Podcast listener, go ahead and rate me 5 stars and leave a review letting me know what you think about the show. I also have a link in my description where you can leave a voicemail if you have any questions or you just want to give a shout out or anything like that to engage with me. And of course, you can also hit me up on social media at A Little Bit A Lot Podcast on Instagram, A Little Bit A Lot Podcast on TikTok. We're doing the dang thing. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know what you think about this episode. Let me know what you're thinking about the album, and how excited are you for the Renaissance World Tour documentary, the film. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.